And ladies and gentlemen, we are at No Mercy. This is going to be better done. We tried this a little bit ago, it didn't quite work. So we're getting it going, So I'm going to introduce you guys one after the other, so that way we don't talk right over each other at the beginning. And then when it comes down to it, we'll just go at it and right in the starting after this. So with me, as always, we have a full commentary table tonight. But introducing first, Monday night's JamSaw, representing AEW. How are you tonight, sir?
Well, as always, Brock, phenomenal. With that being said, I'm looking forward to seeing the action here tonight with a couple of colleagues, a new face, and somebody I've worked with already in the past. So I'm going to introduce the next guy we have here. We have Jonathan Darwin, the evolution of pro wrestling commentary.
Thank you, JamSaw. I appreciate those kind words. And again, I am humbled to be part of this broadcast team. Amazing night here of action and surrounded by two and three, four professionals. So I'm ready to get
2 3/4. That's right, Brock. You're with me.
Yeah, Brock is.
Brock is here.
Let me go ahead and do the honors now and introduce the rounding out our broadcast team, Mr. Villain Kills.
Ooh, here we go.
I'm here, as high as Matt Riddle. Yeah.
Oh.
He has one of the highest standards of the whole broadcast team.
The highest of the standards.
Oh.
I am the bar.
No, I am the bar with my gin and tonic.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Josh isn't a fan of gin and tonic.
We've already spoken about this. Actually, I think it was in the last four-way. Well, three-way because Dylan didn't show up.
Oh, yep. Oh.
That was that first night.
Yep. But yeah, so before we start this, JamSaw, as you do recall, a couple SmackDowns ago, The Miz took the $1 million title from your boy Santino.
Well, actually, Brock, it was the $1 billion championship. Oh. Do you not remember Santino? Oh, Papatista.
Oh, Papatista. And we needed a match for him tonight, so he decided to have an open challenge for his $1 million title because he wanted to prove that he is a fighting champion. And to step up was former world champion Sheamus. We're going to start with John on this one since this is his first joint. I'm going to ask him first. Jonathan, what do you think? What do you think of when I mention The Miz being the reality star to being who JamSaw states one of the greatest IC champions of all time?
Well, first of all, I say let's talk about the honky tonk man if we're going to have that conversation.
Okay.
But there are two words that come to my mind when I think of Miz. Work ethic. Mm-hmm. This is a young man who went from reality television, who got kicked out of a locker room, who was dressing in the restroom where the fans were at, to main eventing WrestleMania. That does not come without hard work. And we're going to see in that hard work tonight as he has this open challenge against Sheamus.
Yes, sir. Josh, what's your stake on The Miz?
Correct you first, Brock. I'm not the one.
Oh, Josh did.
The Miz was the...
Josh did. Okay. Okay, so then JamSaw will go to you, and then we'll go to Josh.
I think he's one of the greatest champions, one of the greatest title holders, and one of the safest workers, and probably going to be one of the longest-running WWE superstars because of that. The charisma that he has, the respect that he's shown, the growth over the years. I think you can't. There's not very many people that can say a bad word about him, except maybe Daniel Bryan, or rather Ryan Danielson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Josh, give us your input on the career of The Miz.
Like they said, and especially what JamSaw said, there's not really anything bad you could say about him, other than Brian, of course. Mm-hmm. He definitely could. But yeah, I mean, literally one of the safest workers, ultimately. Definitely backstage, respected highly. I mean, he's still going. guy's still going. He's still one of the longest tenured superstars. Him and Dolph Ziggler. Safe workers.
This might be calling for a Finisher.
Oh, yep.
Finisher, rather.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
I mean, people like them still in the back doing their thing.
He's going with that signature.
Making sure the young talent is good, you know.
Sorry to cut you off there, Josh.
Oh, you're good.
Just like this could be the match right here.
Oh, maybe,
Yeah,
but
Miz pulls this off against Sheamus. This would be awesome.
Yeah, but Sheamus finds a
Not
way
yet.
to roll over, but there's still damage to the right knee of Sheamus there. You saw how he was grabbing it.
But that's what the Miz needs to do now is like hone in on that, and focus it. Don't go general and all over the place. Don't
Right.
start trying to hit head maneuvers when you've already damaged that leg. You should be targeting that knee.
there you go.
Yeah, and the other thing about that is you target the knee, and Sheamus can't put weight on that leg. That eliminates the bro kick. Plus, it keeps him maybe grounded. And Sheamus does have the height advantage in this championship match.
Yes. Ooh. Also,
Not quite David and Goliath, but not far from it.
also, JamSaw, with you being a fellow Canadian, what do you think about Maurice and William Regal being on the outside of this match?
Well, I really like seeing Maurice on the side of the ring. I can't complain about that. French Canadian, probably one of Miz's best decisions ever. Marrying her. William Regal, though, I don't know if it's been a long time since he tried to manage anybody, so I'm not sure he would really get involved and help out Sheamus that much. I mean, yes, they are fellow UK residents, but at the same time, what stakes does he have other than country?
Right.
Well, I think I'm going to disagree with JamSaw a little bit here. It's not what he's doing at the moment. It's what he's been doing to help Sheamus prepare for this moment. I mean, excellent autobiography out there. General manager for NXT for the longest time. You talk about well-respected. William Regal commands respect, and rightfully so. So building up to this, helping Sheamus study the tapes, helping him get inside of what he needs to do to dismantle the Miz. That's where the experience of William Regal comes into play, and we could see that benefit here tonight. If Sheamus
At the
is
same time,
victorious.
Sheamus has a ton of experience under his belt. He's won multiple titles as well. Does he really need assistance like someone his size? What could William Regal give to him that would really give him the win over
Right.
the advantage on the Miz?
Miz kick out at 2. Beautiful. So right now,
Because he can pull those brass knucks from some of his drinks.
bro kick.
Power of the punch.
Yes.
But going back for a wait bit, Sheamus going for the pin here. 2. We
And
got a new champion.
we got a new champion, Mariz, being sad. We can help her heal because JamSaw can just speak the sweet nothings within her ear to make her feel nice and warm inside. With I speak it to French. Oh,
And
croissant.
so that X factor of William Regal may be what led Sheamus here to victory. Only time will tell.
Yeah, and it's
William Regal continues to escort this man to ringside, or if he doesn't, and Sheamus is able to continue to get victory after victory on his own and retain the championship, then we know the man has stepped into his own light. But if he loses, you got to wonder, was it Regal that got him to that championship victory here this evening at No Mercy?
And, William Regal had a plan from the get-go. I mean, look at what he did with the belt. It was supposed to be the $1 billion championship, and they've changed it to the European championship.
Yes.
So, yeah, 2 Europeans all of a sudden taking over a title and making it all about them. There's definitely a conspiracy going on.
Yep. So, JamSaw, since I can't have a biased voice here, TNA and NWA and your brand have brought over one superstar as well to take on somebody from the opposing team due to the celebration of the first ever women's Omni-Wars belt. So I need to get your unbiased opinion here. TNA with Josh has brought over the Swiss Superman to take on Jonathan's superstar Baron Corbin. So whose corner?
John Baron Corbin?
Yeah, John Baron Corbin, exactly. So, whose corner are you throwing your hat into?
Well, like what we discussed in the past, I feel that that Cesaro is grossly underused, and I think he has a huge amount of potential. So I'd love to see him get more and more opportunities, and having him involved in this kind of cross-brand interaction, we'll definitely see if he can get those skills in gear. Because I mean, is he watching the other product? Has he been scouting this guy? Does he know his moves, or is he going to be one of those wild cards that can just pull it off without even having done any study?
Baron Corbin is showing it right now, what going on the offensive, that wrist lock. I mean, he's got that height advantage. He's got that reach advantage.
Yep.
I mean, Cesaro does have a good center of gravity, and we see that in the big swing. So I'm not going to take anything away from Cesaro. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be too much for Cesaro to overcome, and we're going to see Baron Corbin victorious here in this match.
Ooh, beautiful. Josh, what do you think?
Oh, well, you already know. Obviously, Cesaro.
It's like, let me bet against my horse, please.
But, yeah, I picked him for a reason. So.
Yes, sir. Oh!
Then why don't you enlighten the viewing audience here on YouTube what that reason was?
Ooh, beautiful.
Well, in my eyes, very good technical wrestler.
Yep.
Very strong. And honestly, he's always underutilized, like, heavily.
Mm-hmm.
He needs more spotlight.
He does.
Exactly like I was saying, he needs to have more opportunities to showcase that talent. Because I mean, he's an international star, just not given the right format to show his skill.
Yeah.
And I will concede that point. The other thing a lot of people don't know about him, he's actually straight edge.
That too.
They talked about a segment that he filmed where he's holding the Guinness and everybody keeps waiting for him to drink, and he was just holding it up as the director yelled, "Cut." A little inside baseball there.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, Cesaro put the submission on Baron Corbin.
Ooh, beautiful.
Baron Corbin with fantastic lower leg strength kicks out of it.
Right, and he's working him in the corner as of right now. If Cesaro can capitalize with those vicious right hands. Beautiful. Pick him up, Cesaro.
Yes. Baron needs to find a way to maybe take a shortcut, even if he needs to momentarily. You know, a little thumb to the eye, a little eye rake, a little bit of
some shades of Ric Flair.
Yeah, something there. Hit to the throat. You know, get it going in your favor here. I mean, I don't want to see TNA victorious.
Ooh, beautiful.
And across the knee there, Baron Corbin, fantastic ring experience, puts Cesaro right in the middle.
It's easy to get him confused because they're two tall white guys, right?
Well, and the hairstyles, well, they're not that similar anymore. But I mean,
that's it. Rooster versus Bald.
Yeah, but they were an awesome tag team to watch.
Yes. Now, did they really set the bar when they competed?
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. When was the last time you seen best of 5 or best of 7 series and all those matches held up? I mean, you have to go back to the 80s when NWA, WCW did that best of 5 series to find anything that matches the caliber of those 7 matches between Cesaro and Sheamus.
It seems like Josh is
They
agreeing.
actually just wrestled the other night.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Whoop.
It's just unfortunate.
Sheamus came out victorious.
There's too low of an attention span nowadays with a lot of the fans that they don't get a long-term book like that. They don't understand that kind of building of rivalry or building of a partnership. Because these are also two guys that before that didn't even partner together. And Mick Foley put them together and said, hey, look, you guys are having trouble coexisting. Let's put you together as a team. And they really pushed hard as a team, and they were able to succeed that way. So having that guidance and seeing that stuff outside the box, having someone with the experience to push them in that direction, I think was a godsend for them.
Yeah.
Cesaro going for the pin here. Great finds that leg, too.
Oh, my Lord.
And he is victorious.
Damn it,
And
Josh.
smiling. He's like, I got nothing to say.
Josh sitting next to me with that Cheshire tight style grin on his face.
Now the question is there respect between these two? And brands as well. And there it is. respect.
Cross-brand respect.
And I think Josh would concede this point that if there was anybody who was going to take it to Cesaro, it was Baron Corbin here tonight, and a hard-fought victory for Josh's man Cesaro.
So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was such a great showing between the two brands. I'm very excited to be a part of all four brands. But now it's time for our first ever, well, not first ever because we had the Sheamus match, but on to our next All SmackDown's Women match for Liv Morgan's IC Championship, which was inspired by WWE Shop's China Signature Series belts. Liv Morgan, a few SmackDowns ago, I'm going to have to check out my notes, took the IC title back from Santina Marella. So let me get Josh's...
Not Santino.
No,
Just
not
so everybody
Santino.
knows,
Yeah,
Santina,
yeah,
so
not...
definitely not Santino.
Definitely not Santino. So let me get Josh's input on this. Obviously, Nia Jax is going to stick out like a sore thumb just because of her size. She's taller, stronger. So what is Nia Jax's chances of leaving here with the title?
Very high. I mean, it's Nia Jax.
Almost as high as Josh.
Maybe not even as high as Matt Riddle.
Not sure anyone's as high as Matt Riddle, but
RVD is.
That's true.
Okay, see, there's
And the Godfather.
Wait. Oh, the triple threat smoke match.
Yeah, triple threat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So then, Josh, we're gonna say that that Carmella is possibly the underdog, or would you say that the champion is because of this being a triple threat match?
Personally, not a fan of Carmella.
Okay.
I don't like her character, never have. Any of her characters, even with the slight tweaks. Never really a fan of her.
The only time that I thought she was cool is with Enzo and Cass, when she was just like the manager. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she's not a decent wrestler. She has good talent. She just doesn't have the character that pulls you in, or she hasn't been given the character that pulls you in. Because that's the unfortunate thing with WWE is that rather than letting the talent discover their inner character like it used to be with The Rock and Stone Cold and Hardy Boys, like the Attitude Era had a lot of, you know what? Throw shit to a wall, see what sticks, and let people go crazy with it. Now it's so scripted that people aren't allowed to bring themselves into the character. It has to be what's written, and that's where I think a lot of wrestlers in the WWE have a downfall. That's why I like alternatives, because they seem to give a little bit more creative freedom to the, or at least for the character work for the performers. You know? And I mean, even in Hollywood, when you're doing a movie, you can give input to the director and have that feedback and back and forth synergy to really sell a character. Unfortunately, it seems like in the WWE, it's not that way. It's like, this is your script, read it, and shut up, and go.
And to piggyback on what James was saying, with Hollywood, you hear about so many great scenes in cinema history that were improvised.
Yes.
If somebody was improvisational today on WWE television, VKM would lose it. And that talent would probably be severely punished for it, even though it may be the greatest promo that they did in their wrestling career. They're still going to be penalized, which is sad.
Yep.
I think the last one to get away with it was Punk, with the pipe bomb. After that, I haven't really heard anyone else really get away with anything outside of Vince's little mindset.
Yep.
The only individual I could say probably just getting bullet points at this time on that level would be Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul, I would be shocked and aghast if some PA took up to Mr. Heyman and go, this is what the writer's room sent for you, sir.
No, but I think there's a trust built there that has gone on long enough. I mean, there was time periods where Paul was hired, then fired, then hired, then fired. And for the longest period, he's just still been employed because I think he found that sweet spot, that niche to fit in where where your boss trusts you. He knows that you're not going to screw it up. He goes, you know what the rules are. If you do fuck up, you're out. And he's fit into that niche. And he's like, I like this sweet money coming in and coming out and just boosting some guy. That's awesome.
Yep.
And I think he still kind of almost pushes the envelope, right? He gets as close as he can to that line without going over it.
Yep. Ooh, Carmella, there you go.
I'm talking a bit about the match that's going on.
Yeah, but I do want to plant a seed for you, JamSaw, and that is this, and we'll circle back around to it. If Heyman goes for another 10 years, does he surpass Bobby Heenan as the greatest manager of all time? We'll come back to that thought as we're calling the action here. Carmella on the offensive now. And see, this is what you have to do in a triple threat. You got to break out one of your opponents.
Yep.
And just go after the other one who's just taken the beating and sneak in and just be that opportunist. That's what Carmella's doing. The other thing about this is you got to remember, with triple threat, it changes the whole variable. There's no count out, no disqualification. A great break up of the pin there.
There you go, Liv. There you go, Liv. Tilt-a-whirl.
Liv taking it to Carmella now. Nice tilt-a-whirl.
But Naya's still there. Naya's still a gigantic threat.
She's a beast, though. She's like the immovable object. She is the women's Andre, more or less.
There you go. Come on, Liv. You got this.
Nia Jax getting that pin, pressing those shoulders down.
There you go, Liv.
One count only, though.
Not quite enough. Liv still looking to live another day.
Her cheeks. They're broken.
Nia Jax.
Which cheeks?
No, please, let's not go there. Please, let's not go there.
And Nia Jax.
Though,
yep.
did go there and won the match.
Yes, so she is now the new women's intercontinental champion. JamSaw, JamSaw, with you being the one that knows the most about the women's mid-card brand.
Yeah, I guess I know the most about the women's mid.
Can anybody steal this IC belt from Nia Jax?
Well, I see a few contenders that could. You know, Ronda Rousey, if she came back, would be a good competitor against her. Becky, Charlotte. I think they could have a great match and would probably be ones that could take the title off of her. Those are just who I can think of off the top of my head.
All right, so JamSaw, I'm gonna throw it right to you again. Randy Orton, as you saw early this month. Was it early this month? Yes, yeah. It was early this month that since
you watch the product, my friend?
Right. Randy Orton was the first to really show a crack in the armor of the main event militia by taking the IC title away from Samoa Joe, which then led to the following week the Spirit Squad taking the tag belts away from Nash and Booker T. So again, Randy Orton is setting tides to a change in the brand, and with that, we decided to have him remoniker the Legend Killer status. So whenever he defends his belt, it will be against legends, so he can continue to kill them and continue to etch his names within the history. So he put out a tweet and he said, "Hey, whoever's coming on this Sunday that wants a shot at my belt, you're open to it." And the Icon, the legend himself, Sting, from your brand, accepted it. And what do you think about it? Sting versus Randy Orton. How did Sting get the moniker the Icon?
Well, I mean, like, how did he get it? I think he's almost always had it. But to me, he really became the icon in WCW when he went up against the NWO. When he was up in the rafters, dressed with, like, the crow with the bat, swinging down and busting ass and taking names. But one thing that you have to keep in mind here is going against someone like Randy Orton, the Legend Killer. If Randy is to win, he's not only going to be a legend killer, but the icon killer, which is something that no one has ever aspired to. You know, there's no one that's ever tried to take that kind of moniker. So it's quite possible that Randy's looking to up his real estate by taking out someone that's above legendary status. True.
John, with a man that does this professionally, what's your professional take on the Icon Sting, and when did you become a fan of his?
Well, I go back to the days when he first broke away from the Ultimate Warrior, or the Dingo Warrior at that time, was one half of the Blade Runners, and he had that crew cut, bleach blonde hair, and those fantastic paints on his face, and just taking it to Ric Flair and being one of those little stingers that he talked about on Saturday night at 6:05. That's, to me, he had icon. Well, he had me from like the first woo. And for those that see me at home, my hands up like an idiot to my face. But Sting did it a lot better.
Oh yeah, always.
I don't know though, man. To me, the woo, Flair had the yes, Sting had a great woo too. But if I have to pick who has the best woo, it's gotta be Flair.
Yeah.
I'm not even a big Flair fan. Like, I respect him for what he brought to it, but he's not my ideal of a wrestler. So I'm not a super fan. I don't go back and watch all of his matches, but I know he brought a lot to the business. But I know that's one thing that no one else can beat is his woo.
I give you another iconic.
I could actually say someone who can.
Who?
If you say you and then fucking woo, you can go to hell.
Jay Lethal.
Oh.
I prefer his black machismo. But that's
we all do, but his segment with Ric Flair is literally like etched in the book of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of iconic moments for Sting, I will give it, because the story's been shared before. Big Show, at that time, the Giant, wins the WCW title. And the boys decide to rib him and say, with you being the champ now, you got to wear that thing, like, all the time. Like, literally all the time.
That shit around his waist.
Apparently he did. He's walking through the airport, and all the guys are having a chuckle.
Right.
And the one that's pointing him up and pulling him aside and go, what the hell are you doing? With Sting. So, if it hadn't been for Sting, who knows what the Giant would have done with that championship?
Well, he would have set off the friggin' airport security, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wait a minute, was the security even, when did he win? I gotta remember if the security was that bad back then. Maybe.
I mean, with a man that's walking towards you, that's over 7 feet, well over 300 pounds, one whole team will not be able to stop that. That's crazy. All right, guys, we got to step up our shit. No, we can't stop this man. With a belt around his waist, too? I mean, come on.
100%, my man.
There you go. Rebound. Catch him. Oh! Oh.
Damn.
Oh, my.
We're now up in the air. Getting close to that pin
I think
here.
this is it for Stinger.
Oh, no.
He kicks out of it.
Orton, look at this jaw-dropping expression on his face there. I mean, he thought he had it for certain.
Oh, yeah.
I'm half expecting Orton to go and try to beat up the ref for that.
Sting now getting the fans motivated while Orton is in La La Land.
Well, you gotta get that momentum. You gotta get that spirit, that momentum, that hype, that adrenaline going so that you can actually do some damage to your opponent.
There you go. Perfect
He
suplex.
does so with a huge suplex bouncing off of the ropes.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Sting's calling a shot.
The end of Orton. No! Oh, my lord. This might be it, ladies and gentlemen, for the IC title going to AEW. Hopefully not.
1, 2.
Okay, there we go.
No!
There we go. There
Only
we
a
go.
2 count. Sting can't believe it.
There we go. Ooh, picking Randy up.
Comes up. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's got to come back. No!
Another comeback.
Here we go. Randy.
Sting like a house of fire out there as Orton collapses
Ooh,
like a
there you
house
go.
of cards on the floor. But the speed of Orton just pays off, and that textbook drop kick takes down that legend.
Yes, sir. Randy
Yeah,
has...
but that's ring awareness for you, man. Being in that corner a little dazed and knowing that your opponent's rushing you, seeing where they are, planning that exact moment to get out of the way, and then capitalizing is essential.
Yeah, and you see Orton doing it now, going for that pin again.
Oh, that's
but
not
2
enough.
count.
Well, another 2 count. Another really close call here for the Legend Killer versus the Icon.
Oh, no. Get up, Sting. Get up!
He's calling for it, though.
Yeet!
Another RKO.
Big RKO.
Perfectly in the
Slithering
middle.
like a snake on top of him, going for that cover.
There it is.
Yep, that's it.
Just too much for the Icon.
There it is.
Randy Orton, of course, establishing himself as the Icon Killer.
Beautiful. And hopefully becoming one of the best, to continue the a streak on becoming one of the best IC champions, which I believe he hasn't held since he debuted, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
When he was
He's
in
pretty much been in the main title picture ever since.
Well, since he won it from Triple H, but I think he held the IC title when he was Prime Evolution, if I'm not mistaken. And Batista and Rick were tag team champions. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So up next, we have Brock Lesnar going one-on-one with Braun Strowman. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to throw it to Josh on this one because I kind of haven't gotten your input first in a little bit. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, both strong, both tall, both fast. How do you see this match going?
Well, I mean, it's Brock Lesnar, so there's probably going to be a lot of German suplexes. Other than that, I mean, this is going to be hard-hitting. It's definitely going to be fun to watch, and hopefully they destroy the entire ring.
Hopefully.
And that could be coming right now. I mean, to see Braun Strowman superplex.
There you go.
Oh, close.
But getting up.
It's got to be the other way around.
Yeah, true. Oh, here it is. Just as Josh won. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay, we're doing it this way. Oh.
Yeah. Lesnar being pretty innovative. No way. No.
Here we go.
Way.
Drop him.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
There it is.
Back suplex.
Damn.
Oh, my Lord. And plus with Paul in his corner.
And you see the way Strowman was grasping his back there. That would do major damage to the lower body.
So now you just got to focus on his back.
But to have someone like Brock landing on you as you hit that canvas,
Yep.
devastating.
So we just got to work on his back at this point. Because his back's already messed up.
Wrench suplex.
There you go, pick him up. Let's see a power bomb. Let's see a power bomb, Brock. Oh!
Oh, he caught it.
There you go, Braun.
Chokeslam.
Beautiful.
And you don't see many people that can manhandle somebody like Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Like that. We're witnessing right now. Strowman, he's just clobbering away and going for the pin here. As you see, unfortunate rope break for Braun Strowman there.
Yep. But Brock needs a capital. Oh, nope. So what does Braun need to? Jonathan, what does Braun need to do to make sure that he leaves with the victory here tonight?
Well, you're seeing it right now. You're seeing him just stay on the mount on the offensive. If anything,
beautiful.
Suplex though by Lesnar may change the tempo of this match.
Mm-hmm.
Now for Braun, there you go. You got to catch him. But if anything, if I'm Braun Strowman, I'm working that lower back. I may be even thinking about picking up Brock Lesnar and putting him in a big old bear hug.
Yep.
It's squeezing the wind out of Lesnar.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Do not go out. Do not go outside. Stay.
Well, they got to go to your favorite place, Brock. Otherwise, you're going to be disappointed with the
No.
show. They love the outside just like you do.
I hate everything about working the outside. What would make it worse is if...
Hate. Yeah, same thing.
I tell you, there's a promotion that I work for, International Combat Sports, and it's interesting to see them go outside because it's one of the few U.S. promotions I've ever seen that uses the 20 count instead of the 10 count, at least currently.
Right.
In Japan.
Well, in the U.S., that's why I said that.
Okay.
And Josh can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I cannot think of another U.S. promotion that uses the 20 count.
No, he's thinking. He's
Yeah,
thinking.
he's going through the Rolodex of promotions that he watches. Even one
Of the
mine,
millions
which
of
is
shows that he
Hear
watches.
the Jeopardy music down, man.
The 40 shows he watches.
No. I
No?
think they're the only one.
great. Yeah.
Ooh, Braun could be going for what...
This is ridiculous. That's a freaking 20.
Nice.
Nice, huge slam in the center of the ring, going for the cover.
Oh, 2 count.
Only a 2 count, though.
Ooh.
Another variable on the rules of that promotion is the arm only has to drop once rather than 3 times. And that changes the complexity of a match entirely.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
There you go. Braun,
Let's
as
call
of
the actions in front of us here right now.
yeah, Braun as of right now is running
my
it.
own ego.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but people often talk about Braun versus beauty. In this case, well, there's a Braun, but neither of them are really beauties.
Oh, he's flying though. He's flying.
Damn! You never see a big man like that should never go to the top rope. Unless you're carrying somebody up there to drop them.
Or
Moonsault.
yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Listen.
I mean, that's few and far between you're going to see somebody like Strowman go up, and he pays for it dearly here. Oh!
Didn't
Looks like
Goldberg
somebody-
try to do a freaking moonsault?
Yeah. Yeah, Lesnar did.
Jesus, yeah.
So
there's
if-
some people that just should not go.
Just don't do it. Don't. It's like Big Show going top rope. Boy, get down.
Wait, so if Brock
Has
didn't
he
mess
ever gone top rope? I think he went second rope, but I don't think he's ever gone higher than that.
Lesnar goes
Yeah.
pin here. 2. No.
Or like
tell you
Mark
what.
Henry. It's just no.
so
Second rope.
so JamSaw, if Brock didn't mess up the moonsault, do you think that he would have like kept on going with it?
F5.
Oh, sorry, Brock. F5 had me distracted. You said if Brock hadn't done the moonsault, do you think what?
If Brock hadn't biffed it, would he still be doing the moonsault? Do you think?
Probably not, because I think just at his size, even if he hadn't biffed it, it would have been close enough where he'd go, yeah, I'm good. I'm not risking that again.
Okay.
And it's the smart move, because like without doing that, he was able to go to the UFC, make tons of money, coming back for like 5 shows a year for like $10 million.
Yep.
So yeah, smart move by Brock.
But the question is Braun smart enough to? There you go. Oh,
That's what I was talking about.
never mind.
Great takedown there. That was like an MMA style. Yes, thank you. I'd like to buy a vowel hit at this point. But no, I mean, this is where the UFC experience of Lesnar comes into play. Somebody like Strowman's not in there. He's not used to amateur-style wrestling takedowns.
No.
Lesnar sees it often when he goes into the UFC. He knows what he's expecting when he comes into that octagon.
Oh,
Not a clothesline, though.
Nope, but he's got a comeback.
Just a lifter. Braun's a lifter, and you have a submission specialist / heavy striker like Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
They're not evenly matched
Oh, there it is.
from a skill perspective.
That's what John was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
think
not
it's enough yet for Brock. You know, like he's too beef.
Oh, look at his legs just flailing in fear.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, that might be all. This might be what Strowman needed.
Maybe. I don't think so. No.
No.
That's what I thought. Brock. I don't know. Brock.
Long 2 count though.
Brock doesn't seem to be the one that would go from a bear hug. Like, unfortunately, I don't think. You know.
But here's the thing. That wasn't your traditional bear hug. If you notice the way that power slam there.
There it is.
The way that Strowman had Lesnar up there, he made it so that Lesnar couldn't come around and box
Oh,
Strowman's
yep,
ears.
yep.
He even had him forward, so that elbow strike maybe to the back of the head, but it wasn't really that all effective.
And they begin.
Yep. Oh, we're at this wonderful place called Suplex City, boys.
I prefer to call it the Three Amigos.
Oh, well, there it is. Oh, going for. I'm not sure. I don't think so. There you go.
No, not quite enough, man. Getting closer though.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
I'm surprised they're still going.
Ooh! Oh, Brock went for that shoulder block, but... Oh, there's that submission you were talking about, JamSaw. There's that
Yeah,
Kimura.
going for the Kimura.
Yep. Oh, that's all it took.
That's it.
Gets her too.
Yep.
So like I said, submission specialist winning the day. It's like Daniel Bryan that kicked your ass last year in like 13
Yeah,
seconds.
that was...
No, it was 13-0. That's what it was.
Yes,
It
that was 13-0 on the...
Iron Man. 13-0.
on the
against
fallen Brody,
unfortunately.
yep.
R.I.P.
Yep. So if Brock had not left to go fight for the UFC, how big would he be? Bigger or as big as he is now?
think that he would have still been big, but maybe not as big. I think going out and establishing himself as a real fighter added to his real estate value. It gave him more appraisal in Vince's eyes, and the fact that he could come back and still be a relatively safe worker. I mean, being able to end the Taker streak, and Taker didn't die, so
yeah.
Almost died.
Goldberg.
Going up against Goldberg.
At Goldberg in fucking UAE.
You mean Oldberg? Oh, Brock with a funny.
At least it wasn't Gilbert.
Oh! So we are at our co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Muhammad Hassan. Let's check this out real quick. Was it last week? A couple weeks ago, he won a triple threat match, and he won a number one contenders match, a match of his choosing, and he decided to go for the head of the snake, the head of the main event militia, Kurt Angle, for the world title. John, Kurt Angle as Big Gold Champion. What's your take on Kurt's whole career from the WWE to TNA, and what do you think of Muhammad Hassan's chances of leaving with the Big Gold title?
I think they're slim and none. I honestly do. I mean, there is a reason Kurt Angle is a Hall of Famer. I mean, to be able to go through not just one but two companies and dominate those two companies speaks about the work of Kurt Angle. And if anything, Muhammad Hassan's going to have to apply a stick and move strategy if he even wants it. Because if he tries to go toe-to-toe with Kurt Angle, this one's going to be over faster than when you try to microwave a piece of pizza to reheat it.
Well, keep in mind that they're both more or less submission specialists, so it really depends on who works the angle better. Pun intended.
Very good pun.
Thank you. But I mean, like Muhammad Hassan with the camel clutch. You know, if he works the back of Kurt Angle, could really get him to submit if Kurt works that angle. But I mean, Kurt also has submitted some people in non-angle related. What was that other move that he did, Brock, that he had like 4 people submit to? It wasn't even his finished submission.
Oh, that rear naked, that weird rear naked choke.
That's right.
Yeah.
He got like 5 different people to tap to that move. So, I mean, he's not just an ankle lock guy. He knows multiple submissions that can take you out. And I guess coming from that amateur wrestling background, being an Olympic level athlete, it gives you a little bit of more foresight on that side of things.
Did you know that he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck?
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that once. He also likes milk.
He also does like... Josh is not amused with us. Josh, why don't you love her jokes?
I'll speak for Josh. They're corny as hell. I'm sorry. They're corny as hell.
They're.
As we see Angle go for the pin there on his
just coming off Thanksgiving, you gotta have a little corn. Come on.
Touche.
The corn.
Nice, Muhammad.
Not cornet. The corn.
Yeah.
Going for that cover.
Stretching like a rubber
man.
Ooh. That was an early 2 count, boys. There might be hope.
I thought you were going to say that's an early 2000s reference, James. So I'm like, yeah.
But the question is, with Kurt Angle and the whole crew going to TNA full-time at the beginning of next month, what happens if Kurt leaves with the Big Gold title? Like, what do we do when that happens?
Well, I guess SmackDown would be forced to foreclose and sell.
Oh, no.
And you'd have to rebrand again.
Yeah, looks like, that's gone.
We'll go Heat. We've done Velocity.
Oh, my God.
We've done Velocity. We might as well do Heat. Right there. Right there. The move that we were speaking
Ring of Honor closed. You could pick up Ring of Honor real cheap, I'm sure. Sorry, bad joke.
You know what? I think, speaking of corny stuff, Cornette had a good insight. If you're going to close the doors, why did you rent out a building in April in Dallas, the same weekend as WrestleMania? there's something there. I'm the optimist because I still would like to work there. I mean, I know that Ian Riccaboni's there. Joe Dombrowski's left. He's now with MLW, but there's a chance that Future of Honor comes back. So I'm
Well, one
trying.
of my favorites came up through Ring of Honor. I mean, Kevin Owens, Young Bucks, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk. They all came
Right.
up through Ring of Honor and went on to various levels of success. And a lot of those names are still top performers in this day and age. So it's a breeding ground for talent. You know, it gives them the opportunity, and I think they're more open that way to let you have that creative freedom to show that.
Ooh, Kurt's not
That's
leaving.
where you get the chance
Kurt's
to
not
succeed.
letting Muhammad leave.
Yeah. Speaking of things of victory, Kurt Angle was victorious and with that championship. So stay tuned to our new YouTube channel for that new show of Sunday Night Heat.
Sunday Night Heat on Tuesday.
Yes.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so Kurt leaves here with his final showing within the SmackDown brand as your champion, much like how CM Punk did. So we're gonna have to see what happens with Kurt and the big old title. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan, this is your first cross-brand match to see all four of our brands competing together one-on-one. So before I get your guys' input, so what we're doing with this is when the respected brand picks up a pinfall, submission, or knockout, the colors which are about to flash will tell the winner, so that way we can see it instead of trying to miss it. So first up, Becky Lynch, blue, Mandy Rose from NWA, Sheeta from AEW, and ODB from TNA. Boys, JamSaw, I swear to Lord, if you
Here he goes.
pull a
Here he goes.
if you pull a Gilbert on me,
Oh my god.
it's
How am I gonna pull a friggin' Gilbert?
because it's AEW.
Okay.
Fatal four-way.
Time out. For those of us playing the home version that may have not been part of
Yeah,
this, can we
yeah,
please
JamSaw,
the Gilbert
explain
reference for
explain
not
the
only myself,
Gilbert
but for the
incident.
rest of the viewing audience?
Of course. Last year, we had an Omni-brand championship match where all of our men's heavyweight champions went into a triple threat. It was Seth Rollins against Chris Jericho against Bobby Lashley, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Bobby Lashley. Okay, and in the month leading up to it, we were getting points towards who I can't remember.
Like a
exactly
beat the
what
clock
stakes were.
challenge, a promo challenge. Yeah.
Exactly. We're doing challenges to see who is the better superstar before going into it. And the first thing that we had was a beat the clock challenge. Brock said, it's a beat the clock challenge. Your champ's going to challenge someone else, and whoever has the best time wins. He never said that I had to challenge another champion or the number one contender or anyone. So it was my choice of who I could put Chris Jericho against. So Gilbert, who's a contractor and works from time to time, decided that he wanted to give it a go in AEW. And Chris Jericho said, "Great, I got the perfect match for you," and hired him to come in. And Chris Jericho beat Gilbert in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
And of course, established him as the beat the clock champ. Then Brock had Seth Rollins face AJ Styles, I think. Of course, a 7-minute match, and then Bobby Lashley faced off against someone else, and again, a long match. So Chris Jericho won because of that. Chris Jericho also came second place in the promo battle and won the last whatever the thing is.
Yep.
Chris Jericho already went in as the more established, better champion, and then won the actual Omni brand championship by defeating Seth Rollins twice.
Yes.
And,
knocked him out.
Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho had some back-end deal so that he could get the quick win. And I'm saying, nah, it was all above board. I did the challenges properly. I beat your guy twice. It was a 2 out of 3 falls. But Brock refuses to believe that it was all legit. And all I can say to that is, just being a crybaby doesn't change the fact that AEW won that Omni World title and is still holding on to it. And Chris Jericho, the AEW World Champion, has more or less held the belt all year. He lost it to Moxley, but then Moxley dropped it when he went to rehab. Chris Jericho picked it back up, and he's actually going to, he actually fought for the championship at the pay-per-view earlier today. I'm not going to spoil anything for you.
Yep.
You got to go check that out if you haven't watched it already. But I highly recommend it.
So as of right now, TNA got the first point, and Cheetah just got a point as well. So as of right now, it's 1-1. And Cheetah working the arm. So as of right now, JamSaw and Josh are tied. And again, it's a 2 out of 3s. Knockouts, pin, submission. Whatever
Exactly.
happens.
How can I do a Gilbert if we had no preliminary?
I'm just...
Sheeta's going into this with 2 losses. She lost 2 weeks in a row against her #1 contender in AEW.
Becky, pick it up. Becky, pick it up. Snap the arm.
Becky going for the submit.
Yes!
Possibly.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
She didn't try to break it up.
So it's... Okay. Cheetah back.
1-1-1.
Cheetah back up. ODB. Beautiful.
Jeez, ODB
There you go.
Becky Lynch on Randy
There you go.
Rose,
Break up the
breaking
pin.
up the pin.
Break up the pin.
No.
Beautiful.
Yeah, ODB now becoming... Oh, I thought I was going to say go on the offensive, but amazing jawbreaker there. Slow
Mandy!
down.
You're not paying attention. Didn't stop the coverage. Karu Shida, your women's Omni War champion.
So now you have 2.
Without a Seth Rollins. What do you have to say to me, Brock? What do you have to say to me?
Josh, you did a great job showing. Jonathan, you did a
What do you
great...
have to say to me?
Hey, I want to hear this, so go ahead, Brock. The floor's all yours, sir.
So right now, JamSaw holds the Omni Brands Men's World Title, which is defended at the end of the year, and he holds the Women's World Title as well, which won't be defended till
Fair
season
and
3.
square.
Exactly. At pay-per-view number 9, we'll hold the entire card to be both mid-card belts and a men and women's tag with all 4 brands. So it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. It's not over yet. And with that being said, Jonathan, Josh, JamSaw, I'd like to thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.
Peace.